I take Stubby, I take Pache. Oh, what's the name?
Yeah, give me a name.
Stay loose and sexy, baby.
There you go. Stay loose and sexy.
Stay loose, stay sexy. That's exactly what they did tonight. What's up, everybody? Eric, also known as Shard, here with the 302 Birds post-game show. And man, what a freaking win. Even with a weird lineup, they still put up 10 freaking runs, dude. Don't have JT in the lineup. Don't have Bohm in the lineup. Turner's injured, but they still put up 10 runs. This team is on fire. Everybody's hitting. Everybody's clicking. And I'm freaking pumped, dude. Brendan, let's fucking go, dude.
The best team in baseball, baby. The best team in baseball. Hands down. Nobody can talk shit. Beat the best ERA in baseball. Berrios went in with a 1.44, ended up with 8 earned runs.
Let me pull this up because I gotta pull this up for all the Braves fans. But hey, Braves fans, the fuck is this? What is this?
That, my friend, is the alleged best ERA in the major league. And he got the absolute shit beat out of him tonight.
I'm trying to line it up, but what?
No, you don't even have to. All you gotta say is he was the number one on that list.
Who's this at number one?
It was Jose Berrios.
His ERA is like a 3 now.
8 earned runs in the first 3 innings. Absolutely
demolished. I'm so tired of the argument. Well, who have you played? I don't care about standings. I don't care if the team is over 500. I care more about who's on the team that we're playing right now. We played 2 guys, 2 pitchers. The Giants, they had the second Cy Young runner-up last year. And then today you had the best pitcher in MLB. That's who we're playing.
Within 72 hours, by the way.
Within 72 hours. And the lineup wasn't even that great tonight.
So, this is what we've been talking about for weeks now, right? The Phillies don't get to pick the schedule. The major league picks the schedule. What do these other teams want this team to do? Should we lose? Should they just go out there and, lose to the Rockies, lose to the White Sox? Fuck that, dude. Go out there, beat the shit out of people, and then you're ready for these other teams.
Sam, what's up, bro? You're on your way home from CBP tonight. Was my first game this year. Congratulations on your first game of the year, man. It's always something special when you go for the first time in the year. Glad you could get out there, Sam. Appreciate you driving and listening to us on the way home. That's a true fan right there, Sam. We got to get you on the show, man. Definitely got to get you on sometime. Definitely you gotta DM us and we can get you on as a guest.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, definitely something special. I mean, like me and Brendan were talking about before the show started. I think the attendance tonight was like 34,000.
Right.
I know full attendance is what, like 43?
It's 42 and change.
Right. So I mean, that's almost full attendance on a fucking Tuesday night. Tuesday night
in May.
In May.
We're not talking about October. It's not Red October yet. We're talking about Phillies baseball, the best team in baseball, in fucking May.
In May, dude. And you know what was funny? And I'm gonna bring this up just because I was singing it before the show started. Chiefs King, BBL Drizzy. So for those of you that don't know, okay, and I'm gonna put some context, and Sam, you can kind of back me up here because you were at the game. The Toronto Blue Jays are from Toronto. Drake is from Toronto. So the Phillies on the organ, they were playing Kendrick songs. Every time that the Blue Jays would come up to bat, they were playing Kendrick songs. That's why I asked you, Brendan, before the game started if you knew about this whole beef thing. Yeah, because they were taunting the Blue Jays because they're from Toronto, which is where Drake's house is.
Yeah, you know me. I'm a diehard country fan, and the worst thing I get to hear about is Morgan Wallen throwing a chair off the roof. But if we're dissing other people just because they're losing 10-1, I'm here for it all. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, but going into our first topic, because we're getting a little bit sidetracked here. Pitching tonight. Are we back with pitching? Like, is that something that I can say now? I feel like we're back. Sanchez looked like he was back to his old self. I think he got his ERA down to like a 3 point something. I got to look it up.
3.22.
Yeah, he got it way down. So like he only let up 1 run, and he was having innings where he was only going 5 pitches, 6 pitches, only a couple pitches per inning. So like, is he back?
It's a whole different ballgame when he just throws a changeup. I think that's what he was missing with the Angel series. Tonight he threw the changeup. He had everybody fanning.
Yeah, I mean, I think the announcer said it well. I think Tom McCarthy said it well. It looked like Sanchez was just throwing like fastballs to kind of throw him off, and then he would just throw in a random changeup here and there.
Right.
And it kind of just caught him off guard because he was just striking guys out.
Yeah. He nasty.
He goes 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 0 home runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. His overall ERA for this game, 3.22. Overall ERA for the season, 3.68.
Okay. So either way, still not the worst in the rotation. Just want to point that out, but still pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good. I mean, his stuff, if you want to compare it to somebody, the way that he pitches is honestly, to me, very similar to Ranger Suarez and just the way that they have their changeup and their composure. I don't think he's as composed as Ranger, but he still has some pretty good shit.
Yeah, but they do the same exact thing. They're not pitching for strikeouts, right? Suarez gets the strikeouts when he's throwing those, nasty-ass off-speed pitches. But other than that, like, their ground ball hits, their pop-outs, their weaks, they're weak. They had the one to left field over Marsh's head, and besides for that,
I think it was Witt, because wasn't Marsh?
You're right. Well, over Witt's head, but other than that, I can't think of a good hard ball hit that wasn't hit by a guy in pinstripes.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like you said, I know the one was over Witt's head, which granted, Witt's kind of been like all over the place this week, so I can't really fault him for that. He's kind of getting used to just playing wherever they throw him.
I will say that he's a good infielder. He's not the best outfielder.
He's not, but again, I mean, he's kind of, like I said, he's getting thrown in different positions every night. So it's like, it's different thing every night. And for him to be there and kind of just, back up Sanchez, which Sanchez did his job tonight. So, I mean, Witt's kind of off the hook.
Right.
As long as the pitcher's doing his job, you don't really have to worry too much about him playing outfield. But yeah, like Sam says, Sanchez is at his best when he fully trusts his changeup. Yeah. I think Sanchez, like Brendan was saying against the Angels when he last hit, he wasn't really relying on his changeup. He didn't really throw it that much. And I think that's kind of why the Angels they kind of got ahead that time.
Yeah.
But as long as he's pitching his changeup, he'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, I mean,
if they didn't lose that game against the Angels, they would be like 13 straight.
What was that?
So if they didn't lose that game against the Angels in the middle of this entire dominance series or dominance run, they would have 13, 14 games straight.
Yeah, because we're at what, 5, 6 straight right now?
7 right now.
7 now? Okay. Yeah.
And 11 straight at home.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing I want to talk about too, especially for pitching, which kind of caught me off guard tonight, I expected it to a sense, but I didn't expect it to be tonight, was that Turnbull came out and pitched the rest of the game.
Yeah, I know Thompson talked about it earlier that it was going to be like a Sanchez back-to-back with Turnbull. Turnbull looked pretty damn good tonight, dude. I definitely, I'm not going to bullshit when I say I definitely had those, concerns that we were talking about. I think it was Sunday night about a guy that was, throwing 92, 93 going into, a high-leverage situation. Granted, 10-1 is not a high-leverage situation, but at the same time, you can get rocked when you're throwing 92 and people expect guys to have 98 out of the pen. He should look good tonight. He's a very strong veteran pitcher who knows what his role with the team is and how he can benefit the team as a whole, right? He's not going to be the number one guy, and he just knows what he needs to do.
Yeah, I'm just very appreciative that he's not one of those guys that seems like he's going to throw a fit that he's not starting. He's kind of just, he's like, just put me wherever. He's like, I'm happy to be here. Just put me wherever.
You mean Taijuan Walker when he didn't make the playoff rotation?
Yeah, when he didn't make the rotation, what was it, last postseason? Yeah. He went on Twitter and threw a fit.
Yeah, dude, I cannot stand that man. Tobias Harris is out of town. Taijuan Walker is next.
Yeah, so Turnbull he only goes 2 innings pitched, but he lets up no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no home runs, only walks 1, doesn't have any strikeouts, but his ERA is still a 1.57.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, even for him going 2 innings pitched, he's still sub 2.
It's phenomenal. And then just with dominance as a whole with this pitching staff, do you know how many guys are in the top 12 for Cy Young voting right now?
Of our guys?
Of our guys.
We got like 3, 4.
Yep, 3. You have you have Wheeler at 1, Suarez at 2, and Nola at 11.
Nice.
And Nola hasn't had his best stuff. What was it? Either 2020 was his best year. He's not the 2020 Nola, but I have this feeling that he's about to be the 2020 Nola.
I hope so. And, like Sam said here, Turnbull's going to be a key component for this pitching staff all season. I mean, Sam, you hit it right on the nail, dude. Like, I think Turnbull is going to be that guy that you can kind of throw anywhere, in this pitching staff, whether it's starter, reliever, or closer. And I think, honestly, that's what we need right now. You need somebody that you can kind of just throw anywhere and who's going to be dominant. And right. I don't think that they had that really last season. It was kind of, this is who's pitching, this is who's closing, and that's that. And I think we kind of got a little bit predictable against the Diamondbacks as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, 100%. I know I told you before I was at that game, just going on a little bit of a rant here. I was at that game 5 in Arizona when they brought Kimbrel in. I was with a bunch of Phillies fans out there, dude. When I tell you I saw him warming up in the bullpen, I sat down, drank my beer, prepared to get drunk, and knew that it wasn't going anywhere. So if I knew it was going on, I'm sure the Diamondbacks knew it was going on.
Yeah, of course. And like Star Wars said here, which we're going to get to this in a few minutes, Star Wars, don't send Clemens back down, send someone else down. We're going to get to that in a few minutes because that's one of our topics. But I definitely agree. I don't think they should send Clemens down. And then Jonas, we're going to get to yours here in a second too. Bryce Harper is a dog. This team is dogs. Again, one of our topics. We're going to get to that in a second. Yeah. But to kind of close out pitching, absolute fantastic job. I know that I think somebody switched because Wheeler didn't want to get off of his 5-day.
Dude, it was that bullshit weird ass rotation that I threw out as a theory, and it's happening. What Wheeler, these two guys give Nola an extra day, and Nola's on the bump tomorrow.
Is he on the bump tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, because I know that Wheeler didn't want to mess up the 5-day rest or 5-day rotation or whatever.
Right.
So I know they changed it up a little bit, but I mean, it worked. It worked. So I can't be mad. I
have enough managerial skills as Rob Thompson. I just want to point that one out there.
I know we like to crap talk on Rob, but at the same time, it works. Rob just finds stuff that works.
That hot topic sounding pretty damn good right now, huh?
It's just, I mean, it's
all right, fine. For everybody here, I know whoever was here, what was it? Sunday.
Hold on, save it till the end, because we got hot takes at the end. But just save it till the end. All right, so
today's the day for that one, though.
Going into our next topic, though, welcome back, Kody, dude. They called him up the other day. He's absolutely on a tear right now. Has back-to-back homers in both his major league starts for this season. Dude is just tearing up being here in the majors. And I think, honestly, they need to find a way to keep him up. Like Star Wars said here, I'm going to come back to your comment, Star Wars. Don't send Clemens down, send someone else down. I don't know really who you could send down just with the way that baseball works. You can only send people down, I think, a couple of times before you have to make a decision on them. And I think, honestly, what they're doing with Clemens right now is they are trying to make him into a utility guy. That's what they're trying to develop him into.
Yeah. I was talking with one of my buddies earlier during the game. He was like, we need Kody Clemens. And I was like, 100%. Problem is, it's the same thing we talked about at the beginning of the year with that center field spot. Pache has no more options left. I don't see them sending Sosa down anytime soon because he's your shortstop, second baseman guy. Stubbs is your only backup guy. Who else you got out there? Witt, he's not going anywhere. So besides for Kody Clemens, I can't think of anybody that they can send down. You know what I mean? It kind of has to be him when these 6 weeks are up. But at the same time, I'm okay with that because I'd rather not have him turn into Scott Kingery, right? I think he's a much better version of him. And at the same time, Scott Kingery went from, shortstop to second base to third base to the outfield, back to the infield. It screwed him. Keep him what he's doing. Let him play third base. Let him play first base. Send him back down to the minors. And then when September comes and you can open up the roster, bring his ass back up. We have the better Clemens of the family. I just want to throw that out there too.
I don't even think his dad was bad, was he? I don't really know much about his dad, so I can't really.
Roger Clemens was probably one of the best pitchers of all time. Not going to lie, but he didn't hit home runs like his son.
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, if you can develop Kody into a good Bohm backup, because he's probably going to play first and third, or even if you develop him into a good first backup, whenever you decide if Bryce needs to go back to the outfield, granted, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but let's just say worst case scenario, you send Nick out the door if he doesn't produce, and you send Bryce back to right field. I think Clemens could come up and be that decent first base guy. I really do.
Yeah. I don't see Harper moving to the outfield anytime soon. I think they're trying to take the longevity of it, especially with his, hack of a swing that I feel like he's breaking his back every time he swings the goddamn bat. But every single time, it scares the ever-living shit out of me. When he misses a ball inside and he's in, outside the batter's box and falling down, it scares the living crap out of me because he has a monstrous swing, and I just don't see him leaving the infield because I feel like they just want to keep, him fresh for the next million years that he's here.
I mean, again, like I said last night, he likes pitches low, and that's kind of what he had tonight was low because he can get such a pop on it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, when he does swing, if he does a power swing, he's kind of trying to get all his power from his back and his shoulders into that swing. And I mean, that's exactly what you do on a power swing. But like you said, I fear that there's going to be a time where he goes too hard and it's going to fuck up his back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm so happy that Kody's back. He's one of my favorite AAA guys. I always get happy when he gets called up because he always proves that he deserves to be up here. I think, honestly, next guy that you need to call up and give a contract, Kody Clemens.
100%.
But the other guy that we want to talk about that absolutely is on a tear right now with back-to-back home runs in 2 games.
Back-to-back in 3 games.
Oh, three. Excuse me. 3 games back-to-back-to-back. I honestly think Bryce Harper is out of his slump. I mean, he's got to be. I mean, as soon as the bases were loaded and Bryce came up, I was like, yeah, this is going out of the park. I mean, Granted, it was kind of a shorter home run. I think it only went into like the first row of outfield. Yeah. So not his typical, bombs, but he still hit a bomb. So, I mean, like, absolutely on a tear right now. His second grand slam of the season. Most guys don't even get a grand slam most seasons. This is his second one of the season. His second.
He's tearing it up, dude. He has 3 home runs in the last 3 games. He has 10 RBIs in the last 3 games. Like, who the last Philly to do that was?
It's got to be. I'm blanking right now. I really don't know.
Bryce Harper in 2019. Remember that walk-off grand slam that he had against the Cubs?
Yeah.
Yep. That like 3-game stretch right there was the last time somebody did that for the Phils.
Well, supposedly, I think the announcers were saying that he hit a grand slam the same night a couple years ago.
Wouldn't be surprised at all.
But, I mean, like, it's just I love when we get guys on base and bases are loaded because I know Bryce is going to be that guy to come up and just fucking get us runs because that's just what he loves. That's what he does. That's his whole, like, demeanor. That's his whole thing. He's like, you know what? Bases are loaded. I'm going to do something here.
Yeah, I think the big thing is one of the biggest things that's happened, probably that's going to happen all season, was Trey Turner going down over the weekend, right? It doesn't even feel like they're missing Trey Turner at this point. And it kind of brings it back to when, not last year, but the year before when Bryce hurt his hand when he got hit by Blake Snell, right? The entire team lifted up around him when he went down. Right now, it seems like he's the leader that figured out that, Trey's down. Trey was batting like 350. He was getting on base. It's Harper's time to do the same exact thing, be the leader of the team. And with him stepping up in this spot, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. He's about to go on a tear, dude. I think he's going to be bigger than Bohm. I think it's going to be bigger than Ohtani right now. I think over the next month, it has a chance to be historical for what he's about to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at our schedule for the next month for May. And honestly, I mean, I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. I'm looking at the games here. We play let me look here just to double check. We play the Blue Jays again tomorrow. I think that's an easy win.
Yep.
I do. We play the Marlins after that. I could see that being a sweep because the Marlins don't have anybody good right now.
Even the president said that they're, washing the season.
We play the Mets after that. I mean, the Mets are the Mets. So, I mean, again, I find that to be, if it's not a sweep, it'll still be a series win.
Yeah. I think those are 2 games of back-to-back, right? A home-and-home series?
Yeah, it was like that split series that you were telling me about last night.
Right.
Where it's like they play 2 here and then they play 2 there, something like that. After that, they play the Nationals. Again, I don't know if that'll be a series win, but I'll see that being – sorry, I don't see that being a sweep. I see it being a series win. I got them mixed up.
Nationals are above 500, and they beat the O's today.
Yeah, I mean, Nationals are like that sneaky team. They have a lot of young guys. So, I mean, It could be kind of either or. I think after that, honestly, the only team that's coming up at the end of May that I'm worried about is the Rangers. Because it's the Rangers, and then it's the Rockies, then it's the Giants, and then we get into June with the Cardinals. So, I mean, the only team that I see us really having a struggle against, like a real struggle, is the Rangers. Because, I mean, at the end of the month, we play the Rockies again, and the Rockies fucking suck. So
yeah. So we have another month of people bitching and moaning about, the Phillies haven't done shit against anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, like, again, we don't make the schedule. And if you have a good team like the Phillies, you should be beating up on these shit teams, which is what we're doing.
It would be the same exact thing if they were losing. They would just tell everybody the Phillies sucked. The Phillies are winning, and they're telling everybody that they suck. So might as well win and get the same exact outcome.
Right, but, like, here's what I'm saying, right? Let's say theoretically the Braves right now were ahead.
Right.
Let's say they had the same schedule as us. I'm sure Braves fans would say, oh, well, we're beating up on teams that we're supposed to beat up on.
Right.
It would be like, excuse me. I mean, like, we would say the same thing to Braves fans that Braves fans are saying to us right now. Don't get me wrong. That's just how we are. But what I need people to understand is we don't make the schedule, and we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Right. And it's just, it'll play out whatever way it will play out, it'll play out. So have fun during the journey. It's a 162-game season, right? What are we supposed to do? Just sit here and say, oh, we'll wait till October to have a little bit of fun. Fuck that, right? It's a Tuesday night in May, and that place was electric. When Harper hit that grand slam, it felt like Stott's grand slam against the Marlins last year, or 2 years ago, rather.
Right.
Like, what do you want these guys to do? I don't know what. It's almost like you're between a rock and a hard place, right? Like, it's either you win and people tell you suck, or you lose and people tell you suck. So win, be ahead in the division, keep rolling.
It's everybody against Philly. That's what it is. And I mean, like, I think honestly, Braves fans, let's be for real for a second. I'm talking directly to Braves fans here. Even if you get that week off, you're not doing shit. You've had the week off for 2 years in a row. You guys haven't done fucking shit. So, I mean, give it to a team that's actually going to take that week and develop, and, we'll come out swinging.
In the words of Malcolm Jenkins, we all we got, we all we need.
Yeah, but going into our next, we are absolutely on a tear at home. Nobody can come in here and knock us off. Knock on wood. We're on a 10-game win streak at home, 11-game win streak, and we haven't had that since, I believe, 2010, they said.
Right.
Our run differential right now, I'm going to look it up just because I took a picture of the screen. So currently our run differential, we're at a plus 54. It's most by a Phillies team through the first 37 games since 2010.
Yeah. So, like, they're 15 games above 500. They now have 11 straight home wins, 6 wins, or no, 7 with today. And what are they? 17-3 in the last 20?
Yeah.
So I got nothing. Like, there's nothing for me to bitch about. All I can say is I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with this team right now.
Yeah, and like Sam Nelson said here, it was popping all night long from first pitch. No other place like it. Dude, like, I'm so tempted right now to just drop a fat bag on good seats at the bank with my family. So that way, like, we can just go and sit on baseline and watch this team absolutely tear up whoever they're playing the night that I decide to go.
Or you can go to Citi Field and sit directly behind home plate for $30.
Dude, I might, but I mean, like, they're playing during the week and I have work. So, I mean, like,
Yeah.
if it was during the summer, then yeah, I'd absolutely do that because I did that. I did that last year with KJ McCoy. He's on the Saturday morning shows. You know, me, him, and my brother. We decided to go up for it was a doubleheader for like $5.
Yeah.
But it was in the end of the season, so I mean the Mets were kind of out of the playoffs, so they were just tossing tickets everywhere.
Yeah, you can't beat that shit though.
So I mean, shout out to KJ. That was an absolutely great trip. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm so tempted to just drop a fat bag. Like, how can you not right now with this team? Like, they're just every time I'm sitting here at home, I'm like, damn, I really wish I was there at the stadium experiencing all this. And Sam, again, I'm really happy for you that you got to go to your first game this season. That's absolutely great, and you chose a great game to go.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, like Jonas said, best Philly fans in the world, and like the other, it's Philly versus the world. F the Braves. Exactly. F the Braves. Like they sang last year. What was it? What was the song last year in the postseason? It was like F the Braves and whoever we play next, or something like that.
Something like that. It's Philly against everybody. It's going to be that way forever. And we've talked about this show after show after show. And that's what makes this city the greatest city in the entire world.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Braves won their game tonight. Whatever. I'm not really worried about it. We are I think that keeps us at what, 3 games up? Or 3 games up. So, I mean, we're 26-11 right now. Braves are 21-12. So, I mean, we're neck and neck with each other. Nats are 18-17, Mets 17-18, and Marlins are 10-27. I'm not worried about the Marlins. Their GM is an absolute bum and straight up said, "Yeah, we're not making the playoffs."
Yeah.
You got rid of your best player in Luis. So I mean, who's really on your team that's gonna stop us?
I got nothing.
I don't have anything either.
Yeah.
I mean, like, again, your team is a bunch of bums. Sorry. I mean, it's the truth.
No, 100%. Like, if you look at the NL right now, and like, tell me if I'm wrong on this. You got the Braves, you got the Dodgers, and the Phillies, and then after that, there is such a drop off in the like level of skill, experience, age, whatever you want to call it, success. After those 3, there's nothing, right? And I see the Dodgers being the choke artists that they always are in the playoffs. Clayton Kershaw is the biggest bum in the entire world when it comes to the playoffs. The Braves are the Braves in the playoffs. I'm good with wild card. I'm good with the division. You get the week off. You play the wild card series. It doesn't matter to me. This team is a bunch of leaders. It's not even like one guy leading this team, right? You got Bohm being a leader as a young guy. You got Harper. You got JT. You got Nola. You got Wheeler. Like, every single guy on this team is a dog. And it is crazy to me. It's a lot of people were very concerned when they ran this back with the same exact team as the last 2 years ago. But this year it's different. And I don't know what it is. If it's whatever's in the water, whatever it may be, it's different and it's better, and just have fun with it. Don't wait till October for, to try to have fun. Don't worry about things in between. It's a 162 game season like we were talking about. It's going to get shitty. It's going to get boring. They're going to go on 4 to 5 game losing streaks. Just have fun with it, dude. And just literally roll with them, and then they'll roll with you, and then we'll be having a parade in October.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think they're on a revenge tour right now. I think, honestly, the last 2 seasons, they're just really fucking pissed. And they're like, you know what? We're coming for everybody. Like we've been saying, it's Philly against everybody. And I think, honestly, the one series that I'm really excited to watch, and I don't think it's coming up for a while. I'm going to look here and see.
Which one's that?
Doesn't happen until June 21st, which I think I'm going to go to this series. But they play the Diamondbacks. I think once we play the Diamondbacks, especially after what happened last season, granted we lost. Granted, the Diamondbacks have every right to celebrate in our stadium because I'm sure we would have done the same.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that kind of really got to the Phillies and our team was them planting the flag in the outfield.
Yeah, 100%. And
I think that really pissed them off.
And this year, do you know what the Diamondbacks are doing when the Phillies go out to Arizona?
They're giving their ring. I know that.
They're getting their ring when the Phillies are in town. So if you ever need a chance to get pissed off, if you want to feel like the world's turning against you, if the entire league hates you, go watch them give out some rings when the Phillies are standing in the background. I'm sure that's going to piss Harper off. Castellanos stood out there 15, 20 minutes while they're celebrating the entire time. These aren't guys that forget these things, right? Like, this is stuff that sits with you through the World Series when you're watching on, TV, when you get into spring training, when you're going throughout the year. This shit doesn't go away. Like, it's sitting in the back of their mind, and it's the best adrenaline rush this team can get right now.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I think the Phillies are on an absolute tear right now. I think it's kind of revenge season for them. I think that's kind of their motto right now. Is it's just we're coming for everybody. Nobody's going to stop us, and yeah, we're making it all the way this season.
Unapologetically Philly.
Unapologetically Philly. But to kind of close out, and I'm kind of happy that you're finally going to tell your hot take here tonight. We're going to do some hot takes. And again, if anybody wants to comment some hot takes, we'll pull it up on the screen. We'll shout you out. But yeah, I think my hot take for tonight, I think honestly, if Kody's going to be up here next couple seasons, I think he's going to get at least 3 more home runs. Depending on how often he plays. If Turner is out for the whole 6 weeks, I can see Kody playing maybe
probably two games a week.
Yeah, I can see him playing 2 games a week. So I mean, if that's 2 games a week, I could see him like 3 or 4 more home runs, maybe 5.
Yeah, no, 100%. I can't argue that at all. He's hitting the ball really fucking well right now.
Yeah, and like Chiefs King said here, his hot take for tonight, 15-game win streak. And Rob needs reading glasses. I don't know why Rob needs reading glasses. Rob's absolutely fine right now. But I mean, yeah, I could see a 15-game win streak, especially with who we're playing right now. If we're 7 right now, right? That's what we're on?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through the schedule here. I'm going to pull this up.
Yeah, I think you could have 11 through the Marlins series.
So if we're looking here, tomorrow, if we won that, would be 8, Marlins 9, Marlins 10, Marlins 11, Mets 12, Mets 13, Mets 14, Mets 15. So that would take us all the way up until the National Series. And I honestly, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, 100%. That's honestly a really good, guesstimate at that point.
That's a really good hot take. Personally, I don't see 15. I think it could be another 7-8 game win streak, depending on how they do tomorrow. I think honestly, I can see it going up to at least a 10-game win streak.
Yeah, 100%. Are they in? I don't have my glasses. Are they in Miami or are they at home for the Marlins series?
They're in Miami. Okay. Welcome to Miami.
So you just go play there with no fans. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Marlins don't have anything good right now, so I don't see. They might. I mean, Phillies are the Phillies. There's always one random game where they don't play up to expectations. I can see them dropping 1 to maybe the Marlins or the Mets. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, 100%.
But I want you to say your hot take because this is going to set everybody ablaze. So I'm going to let you go ahead and take this.
All right, now put yourself back on the screen so everybody can get your facial expressions on this one too. All right. So my hot take, and Eric has been calling me theoretically an idiot for this one, but after today, I'm standing by it. Rob Thompson, at the end of this year, will be Coach of the Year. Put it in stone, send the pigeons, tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, tell your dad, tell your mom, tell your brother, tell your sister. Rob Thompson will be Coach of the Year. We talk about him. You're muted, brother. You're muted. All right. I think Rob is going to be Coach of the Year. We talk shit, we bitch, we moan, we tell everything that he does is wrong, right? The lineups are shit. When he pulls people are shit. I don't care. I'm here for it. I think he's the best coach in the league. I don't see it stopping. I think he's going to be the guy that turns his team into a World Series team. He's going to be on the first float in the parade. I think he is smarter than everybody thinks he is. He's Philly Rob. He is Topper. He is the guy. He is going to be coach of the year.
I was on mute that whole time just because I muted so that way you could have your moment. But I don't know what was heard, but Dalt, if you're watching this, you got to clip that and post it. Get people's opinions because I don't agree. But at the same time, like, I see your logic because he can just make any lineup and these guys are producing.
What other manager have you ever seen, whether it's the Phillies, any other team in baseball, that you throw your entire bench out for games? Because, you don't just sit one of your starters. You sit the entire team at one time. You pull guys when they shouldn't be pulled. You leave them in when they should be pulled. You put fucking Craig Kimbrell in. That's last year. That's not this year. I just need to bitch about it for a minute. But we bitch. We moan. He's right. We're wrong.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's what I'll say. Give it a few more weeks. If Rob is making random lineups and we're still winning, then yes, I'll agree with you.
It's May 7th, 10:21 p.m. Rob Thompson, manager of the year.
All right, man. If he gets manager of the year, then I don't know. We'll have to think of something. We'll have to think of something. We'll have to make it like a better something. But if he gets manager of the year, we'll have to come up with something. Or honestly, if you guys on this video on YouTube, if you go on YouTube and comment what you want us to do. I mean, if Brandon's right and I'm wrong, what should I do? If I'm right and Brendan's wrong, what should Brendan do?
If I'm right and you're wrong, you get to write an apology letter to Rob Thompson.
To Rob Thompson. I'll put it in a nice envelope. I'll mail it straight to him. Just dear Rob, I am sorry for ever doubting you. You are the epitome of Philly.
You're right when you're wrong. You're wrong when you're right. We're always wrong. Have fucking fun. Don't ever fucking leave us.
Chiefs King said buy a customized Rob Thompson jersey. I absolutely will do that.
Yeah,
buy a customized Rob Thompson jersey. But on that note, I mean, I don't have anything else. Phillies are on an absolute tear right now. They win this game 10-1. Again, I'm just going to put this out there. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see. Every time last year that they scored 10 or more runs, they came out the next day looking absolute dog shit. Granted, against the Giants, they scored 14-15, came out the next day, scored, 5-6?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think that they're going to have a problem tomorrow, but we'll see. Nola's on the mound tomorrow. He always lets up at least one meatball, so I'm expecting that. But I do think that Nola will be absolutely dominant tonight because, I mean, Sanchez was on the mound and he was dominant tonight.
Right.
So
Bobichet's cold. Vlad's cold. Jensen's really the only one that's hitting. I don't think I texted.
Vlad has the MLB curse, so everybody who's on the cover of a sports game is always cold.
Yeah. Oh, no, 100%. Yeah. I didn't text you about this, but that entire team is a bunch of meatballs, by the way. They're short and they're stocky. I don't know if you noticed that today or not.
The Blue Jays?
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that.
Alejandro Kirk, Danny Berger, the coach, they're all very chubby and very short and like to get thrown out of the games for stupid ass, yelling.
I did see that. I did see that the coach got ejected, but I think it was something about like a pitch was called wrong and it should have ended the inning or something like that. I don't know what it was for.
It was right before JT, I think, either struck out or flew out or something like that. But it was Schwarber got on, loaded the bases, and then Harper hit the home grand slam, and then he decided to start pitching. Didn't decide to start pitching when Schwarber actually walked, but you get mad when you're losing 10-1.
Hey man, whatever. I mean, if you're gonna be a whiny little girl, then you're gonna get thrown out of games. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh well. Bye-bye. Go back to Canada.
Whatever. But on that note, Phillies win 10-1. And yeah, absolute great win. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen the rest of the season.
Yeah, man. Stay loose, stay sexy. We'll be here
stay
tomorrow.
Loose, stay sexy, like Brandon says.
I take Stubby, I take Pache. Oh, what's the name?
Yeah, give me a name.
Stay loose and sexy, baby.